2005. And then, but it was difficult too, right? And that's when the first story in that book, the death of a child, and we were still losing people to different things like malaria and different stuff like that. I'm like, God, why? Like, I feel like I'm spinning my wheels here. I don't want to raise kids for them to go back into those shanty slums. Like, what's the point of doing that? And then that guy came to my door, middle of the night, and I don't know why I was in a bad mood that night, but I just opened the door. I was just annoyed with this guy. Then I noticed he's got tears in his eyes. I'm just, what happened? Like, and he says, I need money to buy a coffin for my daughter. And I was just broken. I just couldn't believe my attitude. And I just wasn't expecting him to say that. And we did the funeral and everything. And I just couldn't get it out of my mind. So sometime during that week, he was part of my construction crew because we were building buildings, right? And I had a meeting with my guys. I said, hey, guys, I just want to know, you guys been working with me for a number of years now. What's changed in your life? And you all looked at me like they didn't say a word. They looked like deers in headlights. They didn't say a word, like nothing's changed. And I'm like, well, let me give you an example. Like in my life, I want to have more money in my bank this year than I did last year. So I do things like I save my money, I invest my money, I make my money grow. I want to have a better relationship with God this year than I did last year. So I read my Bible, I pray, I get involved in church, I study the Word of God, I live the Word of God. I want a better relationship with my wife better than this year than I did last year. So I spend time, I'm intentional with my relationship with my wife, with my children. I want to have more knowledge this year than last year. So I read, I study, I do things to make myself grow in my brain, right? I just want to get better every year. So I said, for example, this little girl died of malaria. I said, like, for example, guys, when you get paid this month, go out and buy mosquito nets for your kids. It's $10. Go buy yourself a mosquito net for your kids. And then the following month, go buy your wife a frying pan so she can make some good meals for you guys. And then the following month, go buy a mattress because they all sleep on like potato sacks. Go buy a mattress so you can have a good night's sleep. And then go fix your roof because you guys are all builders and all leak. Fix your roof. And guess what's going to happen? After 1 year, you're going to look back and say, hey, I have money in the bank. My kids are healthy. We're eating well and we're sleeping well. My life's changed. And keep doing it every year. Little, small increments every year. And you're going to look back and you say, wow, my life has changed. I can do stuff. My family's healthy. My family's... Right? So then I thought,
it's a great lesson, though, no matter where you are living in the world.
It applies to everybody.
Concept.
It's the same.
It's the same exact thing. I guarantee if you asked 10 Americans, how is your life, better this year than it was last year? They'd all scratch their head too.
Yeah, right? That's so.
I'm not reading any book. I still treat my wife like crap. and I still need to do the remodel of my kitchen. It's like, holy cow.
But so I started thinking about it. Okay, I actually started writing things down, and that's how the book came out of. Like, first of all, we got to get right with God. That's the first thing before you do anything else. You got to get right with God. And if you're right with God, you feel that peace of God and the leading of God. But you can't have that if you don't have a relationship with God.
That's right.
Right? That gives you peace, and that gives you, that gives you the starting point. And then choosing, the principal choice, we actually get to choose our life. Right? What do you want? And what are you doing to get it? What's the plan? Right? So being intentional and then walking the extra mile. Why do you think you deserve more when you don't do more? Right, so and then it's just principle after principle. I think there's 15 in that book, right? It's just really common sense that God's like, why can't you guys do this? This is so easy. I give it to you, right? But so then I started teaching my kids. I did workshops, and then I did another book's called Amazing Abundance because it's the same principle. Like, well, I'm broke. Yeah, but you get $1, you spend $2. No wonder you're broke. Right? Like, it's the same principle of doing small incremental increases at a time, and then you'll end up doesn't mean you're going to be a billionaire, but it means like you're going to afford to go on vacation. Your kids can play sports. Your kids can have braces. You can take your wife out for dinner, whatever, right?
Somebody wanted to read any of your books, how would they get a book?
You can find my books. I have two of them, Amazing Abundance and You Too Can Have Amazing Life, and that's on Amazon. And some bookstores have them as well, but you can order it on Amazon, very simple.
Yeah.
So just, you can Google my name, whatever, that'll come up.